Lauren Ashley's life was supposed to be just beginning. Instead, it ended in a way no one in her quiet Massachusetts town could ever have imagined, at the hands of the one person she once trusted most. It began with a phone call no parent should ever receive. Late one summer night, Malcolm Ashley learned that his daughter's red Jeep had been found abandoned near the city beach. The windows were down. Her belongings were still inside. But Lauren was gone, with a flashlight shaking in his hand. Malcolm walked along the shoreline, calling his daughter's name into the darkness. Every crashing wave felt like time slipping away. He held on to the fragile hope that if she was out there, hurt, scared, he could still reach her in time. But the ocean gave no answers. To understand what happened next, you have to go back. Long before that night, long before the tragedy that would change two families forever. Lauren Ashley was born on April 1st, 1993. Bright, driven, impossible to overlook. She sang. She played sports. She volunteered. She performed. She helped strangers without being asked. At just 12 years old, she traveled twice to New Orleans to help victims of Hurricane Katrina. Her classmates called her light in human form. And for years, one person stood beside her, Nathaniel Fudja. He was a tall, admired football player. She was a 4'11" performer with energy that filled entire rooms. Their relationship lasted 3 years, until the warning signs everyone brushed aside grew impossible to ignore. Arguments, jealousy, possessiveness, breaking up, getting back together, then breaking apart again. By senior year, Lauren knew she wanted out. On her birthday, April 1st, she finally ended the relationship. She later described it as one of the best days of her life. But Nathan didn't see freedom. He saw loss. The boy once known for football and popularity slowly changed. He withdrew. He became depressed. He drank heavily, smoked daily, shut out friends and family. Lauren still cared. She didn't want to hurt him, but her friends warned her, don't give him hope. That warning would come too late. On July 3rd, 2011, Lauren finished her shift at the mall. Surveillance cameras captured her riding the escalator, then leaving at 6:45 p.m., talking on the phone. The call was to Nathan. She told him she'd stop by for just 5 minutes, just to check on him, just to be kind. She didn't tell her friends. She didn't tell her parents. At 7:05 p.m., Lauren sent one final text message. Here. She entered Nathan's garage. She never walked back out. Hours later, her Jeep was found abandoned at the beach. Inside were her laptop, her bag, everything except Lauren. When police questioned Nathan, he claimed she had stopped by briefly, never left her car, and drove away. But the truth was already unraveling. At sunrise, a cyclist noticed something floating in a marsh miles from town. As she approached, the reality became clear. It was Lauren. Her death showed clear signs of violence and a struggle, proof that she fought to survive. Malcolm Ashley was asked to identify his daughter. He collapsed. His only child was gone. Investigators quickly focused on Nathan. A search of his home revealed evidence he couldn't erase. Blood in the garage, in sinks, on clothing he tried to hide, shoes coated with mud matching the marsh. Lauren's blood was found on his boots. When confronted, Nathan disappeared, only to be found hours later at a relative's home. He said nothing, but to his cousin, he whispered one chilling sentence. They'll never find a murder weapon. At trial, the defense argued insanity, depression, emotional instability, even football-related injuries. Prosecutors told a different story. They showed how Nathan repeatedly called Lauren, how he waited until his parents were gone, how he lured her to the house, how he killed her, how he tried to erase every trace. This wasn't an accident. It was planned. When the medical examiner testified that Lauren survived for several minutes after the attack, Malcolm had to leave the courtroom. On March 7, 2013, after 3 weeks of testimony, the jury delivered its verdict. Nathan Fudja was found guilty of first-degree murder, life in prison, no parole. As the sentence was read, Malcolm Ashley did something few could imagine. He walked across the courtroom and embraced Nathan's parents. Because in this tragedy, two families lost a child. Today, Lauren's parents dedicate their lives to educating young people about warning signs in relationships, jealousy, control, manipulation, and emotional abuse. Their message is simple. If it feels unsafe, it is unsafe. And love should never require fear. Lauren Ashley was only 18 years old. Her story didn't have to end this way, but her legacy continues to save lives. If this case stayed with you, like the video and subscribe for more real crime stories. And if you're ready, there are more cases waiting to be told.